Cory Abrams is on your left with Turbo Depths. Dylan Hand is on your right with Colorless Eldrazi. 10 and 2 are both of these players, and we will be underway here in round number 13 in ein Moment. That's German. What's that? It's just true. It's just true. Chalice on 1 via City of Traders.
This is a problematic start here for Turbo Depths, as crop rotation now shut off, Pithy Needle, Sylvan Safekeeper, Duress. Obviously, the core of this deck still combos out through lands and to some extent 2-mana cards, but Chalice on 1 on the opening here should be solid for hand.
Verdant Catacombs will be sacrificed here. Gonna fall down to 19. A Bayou is the land here for Cory Abrams, and we'll see how he wants to move forward. That Chalice. Chalice continues to be just good in Legacy.
Yeah, it's a fast format, so the format's a lot about 1-mana cards, and then it's not that hard to get 2 mana on your first turn. So there you go.
It does make you wonder. It does make you wonder. Expert analysis. It does make you wonder what the best Chalice deck is. I think it could be this.
Yes.
I really do like this deck a lot as a Chalice deck.
I was very impressed by Colorless Eldrazi the last Legacy tournament I played in.
Yeah.
I got it handed to me several times.
Turn 2 Thought-Knot Seer is very much a reality here. Turn 1 Chalices aren't too hard either. They even play a couple of copies of Simian Spirit Guide to facilitate that. So you see the Lotus Petal. And you might, I thought we might see Vampire Hexmage. Wasn't too sure as Dylan is going to draw a card here. I'm sure he's wondering what's going on. Does make you wonder if Dylan knows what he's up against. 71 players in day number 2 of competition. Of course, when you have a day like this, as here's an Eye of Ugin, we might see ourselves a Thought-Knot Seer in just a moment. But when you have a small day 2, you've got a pretty good idea of what the people are playing around you, as here's Matter Reshaper. And now an Endless One. That's going to be a 3/3. So now Dylan is on the battlefield. Cory will draw a card. So does Dylan know what he's up against right now is the question.
Bayou plus Lotus Petal, that is a bit of a giveaway.
There's not a lot of decks that do this. There's Dark Depths. We'll get 2 black dice. There we are. Is it Vampire Hexmage? Oh, it sure is. Nice Chalice, though. I think he wants to do this now out of fear of Wasteland, which Colorless Eldrazi does play 4 copies of.
Yeah. Yeah, the alternative concern, I suppose, is Karakas, but Karakas is going to be awesome against you regardless. There's no real way to play around it. And yeah, I think taking Wasteland out of the equation is pretty important here.
1 Karakas in Dylan's deck as opposed to 4 copies of Wasteland. There is your 2020 Merit Lage token. We got you. Cory, don't worry. Jerry Thompson in the house. Dylan will draw. Didn't really see what he picked up. I know he's got a Dismember in his hand.
So Dismember is worth a turn, maybe?
It's worth exactly 1 turn. You pay 4 life.
To shave off 5 if you're taking no damage?
I love it.
Yeah.
Pass. And there's a Thespian Stage. Here's an attack for 20. Down to 16. And we'll take 15. Go to 1. Okay. We call it doing it the hard way.
You got Duress here. You got to test him. If he's got something to do with this mana, that's fine.
You want to test the Chalice?
Yes.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah.
You want to know?
Yeah.
Okay. Sometimes you just want to find out.
Right.
Who's paying attention
There's
here?
meta considerations here.
The game inside the game.
Yeah.
Sylvan Scrying is going to dig something up. Who knows what? This deck, of course, very, very good at making a 20/20 on the most of the time the second turn of the game as there's a copy of Ghost Quarter. Not so much on the first. Ooh, no basics. No basics, no wastes in here. I guess you don't expect to get Ghost Quarter too much.
Also, just what are you going to play, a waste?
I play one, but I don't think you expect to get ghost courted all that much. Big draw. I don't know what it could be. Nope, we're done. We're done. Cory Abrams with the power of Merit Lage. Going to win game number 1 here over Dylan Hand very quickly. Turbo Depths doing what it does, making a quick Merit Lage. Wins game number 1 here over Colorless Eldrazi. These two are going to go to the sideboards. We'll be doing the same here in just a moment. But first, a few messages from our sponsors.
Go. Go.
We are back. Cedric Phillips, Patrick Sullivan. We're here in the booth. Nick Miller's over in the sideboard as we get ready here for game number 2 between Cory Abrams playing Turbo Depths and Dylan Hand playing Colorless Eldrazi. Dylan going to be on the play here as he was not able to withstand the power of Merit Lage in game number 1. So we'll take a look at his 4 Leyline of the Void, 3 Sorcerer Spyglass, 3 Thorn of Amethyst, 2 Ratchet Bomb, 2 Warping Whale, and another copy of Caracas.
I like bringing in the second copy of Caracas, and I think this is a fine matchup for the Thorn of Amethyst as well. Abrams' deck just saturated with a lot of 0, 1, and 2 mana spells that he's trying to go off with, and Thorn's probably good disruption.
Over there on Cory's side, he's got 3 Abrupt Decay, 2 Rite of Consumption, 2 Surgical Extraction, 2 Thalia, Guardian of Thraben. Fun little splash there, along with a Containment Priest, a Gaddock Teague, a Golgari Charm, a Caracas of his own, a Pithy Needle, and a Thalia, Heretic Cathar.
I can see bringing in the extra copy of Pithy Needle. Some of the creatures have activated powers, and you're worried about Wasteland too. I also like Rite of Consumption in this matchup. If you expect Hand's interaction to largely be things like Chalice of the Void and maybe some copies of Caracas, I like the ability to try to go off in one turn. It's also a way to win the game against Endbringer. Endbringer game 1, if you actually get to the point where you untap with it, it's problematic for Abrams to win through, and Rite of Consumption makes it trivial.
Can't attack.
Can't attack.
Which is what he needs to be able to do. So those are the options there for both players. Game number 2 going to be underway here in just a moment between Abrams and Hand. So should be a fun one to watch here momentarily between the two players. While these two players do finish sideboarding and shuffling up, we'll have game number 2 here in just a moment. We do want to go over the SCG Tour schedule here in Season 1, where, of course, we started with our Season 2 Invitational in Roanoke, Virginia at the end of last year. Columbus, where Benjamin Nikolic got the job done. Then we went to Dallas to watch Rossum, Julian John, and Kevin King win that team open. Philly, and now we're, of course, here in Worcester, Indy in between. We'll go to Dallas in a bit, then Cincy. And then we'll have Peace take care of the rest with Milwaukee.
Yeah, Milwaukee at the beginning of April, and then Atlanta, which will be teams towards the end of April. May we'll have Baltimore, Louisville, and Minneapolis. Then June 2 will be the regional championships. Go to SCGgames.com/regionals for more information as we get a little bit closer to that event. And then the week after, the Season 1 Invitational at the Berglund Center in Roanoke, Virginia, June 8th through the 10th, with Modern and Standard as your invitational formats.
Let's talk playmats very quickly here, folks. It's hostage taker for all of our Standard Open And of course, classic players for Modern, it's Oblivion Stone, and then one of my favorites in Doomsday for our Legacy Open and Classic players. Free exclusive playmats with entry into 2018 Season 1 Opens. And Classics will have some stuff for you for Season 2, maybe around the bend here very soon as far as dates and playmats are concerned. Looks like Dylan will be taking a mulligan here. We'll be looking at a 6-card hand in just a moment. With Season 1, working our way through it, almost about halfway home here as we work our way through quarter 1 of 2018. Already in March, man. You're going by fast.
Moves.
As they oftentimes do. A lot of Magic to be played. Formats have been shaken up quite a bit with some bannings in Modern and some bannings in some unbannings in Modern and some bannings in Standard. But actually, all of Magic's formats look pretty healthy right now, which is pretty fantastic. I'm really looking forward to actually kind of digging my way into Standard. I've actually been playing a lot of Sealed recently.
Okay.
Of what's the format? Rivals of Ixalan and Ixalan, because I got an RPTQ at the end of the month.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. Where are you playing?
Seattle.
It's in Seattle. That's nice.
Got the weekend off, no coverage that weekend. I'll be playing at Mox Boarding House out in Seattle. It's going to be a doozy.
What's the format of the RPTQ?
Sealed.
All right.
Yeah, that's the only reason I'm playing it. Yeah, Sealed with a booster draft top 8.
And it's top 4 qualify, or is it based on attendance, or what's
I think it's top 4. I think that's how it works. I haven't looked into. I'm just going to keep winning until they say I don't have to anymore. That's my plan.
Okay.
So if I have to get first place or something, hopefully I can do that. But I like to win, so I'm just going to try to do that a bunch. Hopefully go to the Pro Tour in Richmond.
Attention Modern players. To Juan Visa or Patrick tomorrow, please come to the stage.
See if these players can find hands that they're happy with. Cory doesn't look pleased. All right, he's going away. And Dylan looks happy enough, so Cory will send it back. Next weekend, we are in Dallas. Cannot forget that. Matthias Hunt, Ryan Overturf, and of course, Nick Miller will bring you that show. Be a modern one where, hey, we get to find out. Jace, Bloodbraid, what's the deal there?
Well, we got 400 people today in the Modern Classic,
Yeah,
too.
we're going to find something out of it. That's a lot of people.
That will be a nice tournament to sift deck lists out of, but that's all said and done.
Looking for a Jace deck to bang some people out with, hopefully. Because Jace is great.
Yeah.
Jace is great. All right, Cory. I wonder how well this deck mulligans. Probably not so bad.
I mean, you're just slapping A plus B together.
Yeah.
Typically, those decks mulligan a little bit better than decks like Storm, where it's about accumulating a lot of material.
Eldrazi Mimic. Haven't seen that one for a while. Off of the Eldrazi Temple. It's a snow-covered swamp. Into a Thoughtseize. Let's see what's going on here. Endless one. That's going to go to the graveyard. It's a Wasteland. 2 copies of Cavernous Souls.
Really good news for Abrams.
Yeah, not much going on in Dylan Hand's hand. Now we're going to go back over to Dylan. See if he can draw a goodie. Actually, hold on a minute. We still got some work here from Cory Abrams. Looks like he has an Elvish Spirit Guide potentially to use. What's going on over here?
I think he's looking at casting Sylvan Safekeeper.
Okay. He's going to take a look at the former Invitational winner Ali Rod's card. We'll take a look at Sylvan Safekeeper as well. That card was in my first Grand Prix cash finish. Yeah. Second land, target creature you control can't be the target of spells or abilities this turn. It was a combo with Grim Lavamancer.
Yeah.
Give you a little ammo.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
it
get
works
it.
both ways.
You get, yeah, protect it and kill you with it.
Right, offense, defense. A classic strategy.
I was smart at a young age.
Right.
That's what I was. It was really good against Mono Black and all of their targeted removal, of which they had none of.
Right. Innocent Blood, Chainer's Edict.
Mutilate.
Mutilate.
Yeah. Got him.
Rancid Earth.
Got him.
Threshold and Rancid Earth.
Got him.
Yeah.
I was really smart when I was 16. Fortunately, I showed up with the very powerful Phantom Centaur. Very hard for them to beat.
I had a top 8. I might have qualified, I can't recall, with that absolutely rancid mono white Battle Screech deck.
That deck was very bad.
Very bad.
Very, very bad.
Very bad.
Yeah. Battle Screech is good. The rest of your cards were bad.
I had one Beloved Chaplain.
Not a good card. Got a 1/1 pro creatures. Is that Beloved Chaplain? Yep.
Benevolent Bodyguard.
Mm-hmm. I seriously don't think there are any good cards. Your 2-drops were horrific.
Horrible.
It's like Phantom thing. There's some sort of Phantom creature.
Yeah,
Phantom,
the 2/2.
Yeah, Phantom Warrior, I think it was.
Yep.
There's a snow-covered forest. Did you splash the blue in the deck for Keep Watch?
And I think Deep Analysis.
Oh, yeah.
For the mono black decks.
Maybe Quiet Speculation, too.
Maybe.
Yeah.
You had to get, after you got hit with a Mutilate, you just gassed back up into more 1/1s for 2. You just hit them with the second wave. You know, what are they going to do?
That deck was
So
horrible. Horrible.
So bad.
But everyone loved Battle Screech.
Card's good.
It was a good card. Then, Dylan will draw. Ah, yes, the Factory coming in for 2.
I have a lot of memories.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of memories of that PTQ season.
I didn't play PTQs in season. There was a Grand Prix in Cleveland that was 10 minutes from where I grew up. So my dad drove me there each morning. There's a Cavern of Souls, likely naming Eldrazi. Get him.
Yeah, this game's hot fire right now.
Yeah. Getting in with some creature lands.
Yeah.
Keeping it real honest and refusing to use Wasteland until Dark Depth shows up, which I actually like a lot.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can't really take him off of mana in any sort of meaningful way.
No.
This deck needs no mana to function.
Some sort of removal spell here from Cory. Maybe a Thespian Stage copying a Mishra's Factory. Maybe that's what we're up to. No, I'm just going to take the 4. All right, now Stage is going to copy Mishra's Factory. Okay. Now Cory will draw. There's Urborg.
Yeah, no rush here still from hand to do anything with that Wasteland. As long as he's got that, even if his clock's a little bit on the slow side.
And there's Lotus Petal. Well, that's ugly over here on Cory Abrams' side. He's just going to pass the turn back. He's not turboing out anything this game. Dylan will draw a card. Fire it up. Get in there.
We're leaving one factory back so he can pump to play around Abrams' now Thespian staged Mishra's Factory.
There's another Cavern of Souls. Like the naming Eldrazi, we'll go back over to Cory Abrams. Cory, plan on doing anything this game?
I don't know.
Can your deck beat a Wasteland?
Do you remember the red-green beatdown deck from Odyssey Block? The Wild Mongrel Madness deck with only Wild Mongrel as a mana outlet, maybe Patchwork Gnomes?
Yeah.
Played in a PTQ once. I played against that deck. Okay. And that deck was atrocious, but if you untap with Wild Mongrel,
you win the game.
Yeah,
you win the game.
Fiery Tempering and Violent Eruption people out.
Yeah.
So I lose the roll in games 1 and 3. He has turn 2 Mongrel, and I can't kill it. And both games he untaps and starts singing the chorus to Bad Bad Leroy Brown as he's just Fiery Tempering and Volcanic Eruptioning me out of the game.
Really?
Yeah.
Just singing songs to you?
Just singing Jim Croce's Bad Bad Leroy Brown.
I like your opponent.
Yeah.
I like your opponent.
And just like punctuating every Fiery Temper and Violent Eruption with like baddest man the whole damn town. Just like shoving all my cards in the graveyard. I have a lot of memories.
Apparently you do. Ah, yes. Thalia. Heretic Cathar. Yes.
Well, that locks out the factories for now.
3/2 first strike. The brick wall.
And it looks like hand is just lands.
It is complete garbage.
Yeah, this is a real barn burner.
Yeah. Best of SCG Tour moment here. Crop rotation the draw.
So at this point, Abrams, I think he needs to be sitting on, waiting for a needle. If he has a needle, then it's pretty easy to do everything.
Yes. I agree with that.
And in the meantime, It's not like hand can attack.
Hey, Caracas not bad.
Caracas is nice here for hand as it's the second piece. Now it requires, I think, 2 needles for Abrams to do much of anything.
Yeah, I would play that Caracas instead of another Cavern of Souls. Does enter the battlefield tapped because of Thalia. What's next? Here's crop rotation. Sure. Gonna float a black mana. Okay, what are we gonna go get here, kids? It's a time for Dark Depths. Not that it does that much. Cory Abrams in the crop rotation tank.
Legacy Classic players, that's time in the round.
All right, Dark Depths it is.
And proceed to the 5 additional turns.
Gonna get that thing on the battlefield now to start threatening a little something.
Once again, Legacy Classic competitors, that's time in round 4.
That means Age has been hard at work, but that's what it actually wants to copy. Wow, we're going to stage depths right now, huh? Interesting.
I mean, this is sort of suggesting that he has a crop rotation left as the last card.
Yeah.
But I still can't imagine just letting this go, right? I mean, what else are you doing with your Wasteland here? He untaps and kills you, so your hand's sort of forced to do something.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. In this instance, do you blow up the... Yeah, you got to take a look at how this works, I think.
Right.
I think you just blow up Dark Depths. He's just trying to figure out what the right timing is, because
Yeah.
stage copies Depths, then he's got 2 copies, then he has 2, then he loses. He keeps the Thespian stage version of it, which has 0 counters, which means it would die. I guess he's just wondering, is there a way for me to be able to kill both of these with only having 1 Wasteland?
Yeah.
I guess is the question. And that's what the conversation is, too. So that happens, and now I can kill this, right? Yes. Okay. All right, now you go. So I guess the thought process was, we need to get past this stage of the game, so let's just make this happen. Now what's the big follow-up? Vampire Hexmage. Nice. Timely draw.
All right, Modern Classic players, welcome to your next round.
All right, I'll pass. I'll tell you what, these first strikers, though. These first strikers means that these factories aren't really going to do much of anything.
Well, for now, I mean, this all becomes very easy once hand draws any creature at all.
Mm-hmm. Crocus is going to bounce Thalia. Could be time for Cavern of Souls. Also, Sorcerer's Spyglass was the draw for the turn. There's the Spyglass. We'll take a look at that card. It's a new-ish. It's a different type of Pithing Needle. Thalia and Urborg, that's the hand. There is Sorcerer's Spyglass, 2 mana. As it enters the battlefield, look at an opponent's hand, then choose any card name. Activated abilities of sources with the chosen name can't be activated unless they're mana abilities, so you don't have to name a card in their hand.
Right.
You can, if you'd like, given the information that you've received, but the choice there from the Spyglass will be Vampire Hexmage. In comes a factory.
Remember that hand can pump with the other factory, so this 2/1 first striking Hexmage doesn't offer a whole lot.
And there is the pump. Abrams going to fall down to 3. It's not pretty out here. I think Thespian stage may have been the draw. Yes.
Attention, Legacy Classic competitors. Amir Akhundzada.
We know about Cory's hand, of course, Urborg, Tomb of Yawgmoth.
Akhundzada
and Thalia Heretic Cathar. Here comes Thalia again. Pass the turn back. Dylan will very quickly untap. He's going to move those factories forward because he's ready to attack with them. Caracas will bounce that. Now Cory is at 3, yeah, so he can't really attack with both of these. There we go. He's going to slow down a little bit here. Here's the attack. It'll be a lethal one, so Hexmage is going to have to block. There's your pump. The follow-up is Wasteland. Wasteland's going to take care of Thespian Stage. Pass the turn back, and I think we're just about set here, Patrick.
Yeah, he can go ahead and just stone right him here because he's got Caracas to cover a Merit Lage in the event that Abrams somehow combos out.
Indeed he does. So Dylan Hand's going to win game number 2 here over Cory Abrams, Colorless Eldrazi, Turbo Depths. They're all knotted up at 1-1. That means we're going to get ready for a third game here. So a couple quick messages, and then the third game will be on the way here from Worcester. All right, game number 3 about to be underway here between Cory Abrams and Dylan Hand. Turbo Depths, Colorless Eldrazi. Cory Abrams is going to be on the play here with this Turbo Depths deck. That last game was wasn't great for either player, but Dylan was able to get the job done with some Mishra's factories.
I like the occasional, both players busting out their F- draws and seeing how that shakes out. I don't mind.
Bottom of their range?
The bottom of the range.
Yeah.
Mulligan into hands that are nonsense that can't beat a single piece of interaction.
Yes.
It's like Abrams played a three power first striker and Hand's like, I don't even know what I'm going to do.
Yep. It's tough to get through.
And then Hand had a Wasteland, and Abrams is like, I think my deck's just shut off.
Hopefully they'll be able to put some pieces together.
In contrast to game 1, where they both looked like bangers.
They both had good draws.
Yeah.
Both had good draws. I do like the dismember Merit Lage interaction.
Right.
Oh, yeah? I'm at 1 now.
I only need the 1.
Yeah. I'm at 1 life. Let's see if that comes up again here. We're around 13. 13 here from Worcester. 2 to go after this. And we'll make a cut to the top 8. You will decide the quarterfinals at home, and then we will watch what you decided. Then work our way through that quarterfinal, through that semifinal, and then through that final, crown a champion here. Could be Ben Feingersh, who is now 12-1. Saw him walking with a match slip. Elves could play spoiler to all these Grixis Delver players here.
If he's 12-1, he's locked up.
Oh, yeah.
He's X-3 with the best breakers or near the best breakers in the worst case scenario. So we know one person in the top 8. If Noah Walker is able to win this round, that's another person.
If
he has lost once. I mean, I don't want to say.
He probably just didn't try. No one can beat him. Just give him the trophy already. Cory is going to mulligan. All right, we got a playmat to sell. You want to help me with that?
Wow, that is really blunt by your standards.
You want to help me with that?
You try to do the the more nuanced form of marketing, and I'm here to be like, just buy this thing or don't. We got other things to spend money on, so don't stress on it. Anywho, go.starcgames.com/pre-release. You got a pre-release exclusive Creature Collection playmat, April 21st to the 22nd. Ask your local game store to sign up today.
Do you know the name of this playmat?
It is Busted Dirigible.
That's not even close. It's called the Flight Stuff.
Okay, the Flight Stuff.
You get that? You get it.
Yeah,
you get
it's
it.
the right stuff.
Uh-huh.
Which I guess is a reference both to something being correct and the Wright brothers, and there is stuff on the art. So there you go.
Nailed it.
Go.starcgames.com/pre-release. Get your Right Stuff playmat in a month or so.
Flight Stuff.
Flight Stuff
playmat.
All right, we'll do that one again.
That's okay. We'll bring that back later. Today.
That was a dry run.
Yep. We'll bring that back
That'll be
later.
better the second time
It's all
around.
right. That'll be for your Dominaria pre-release. You're going to want one of those. Nice playmat by Star City's own Andrea Radak. Very nice playmat. I bring it all together.
Yeah.
That's what I do. Pithing Needle. Probably going to name Wasteland.
Yeah.
That'd be my guess.
Yep, Wasteland and Caracas, those are the two big ones.
Ancient Tomb. Down to 18. Wasteland was named with that Pithing Needle, by the way. And now there is Sorcerer's Spyglass. Oh, yeah. Take a little look-ski-poo. You can't hide, Cory.
No, I can see everything.
I'm going to get to see.
I got my eyes on you.
Elvish Spirit Guide, Dark Confidant, Sylvan Scrying, Verdant Catacombs. Let's take a look at the Spyglass. I gotta see if you can name a land. I want to get him.
Non-mana abilities, but you can name lands. So I'm guessing Thespian Stage, absent of something more pressing, is the card you typically name.
All right. All right. Love it.
We'll find out. I love the Spyglass is a sweet design.
I think it's a sweet design.
Good flavor.
Yep. They had some good work there.
It's also nice, or not nice, I guess, depending on your disposition, that the Chalice decks can play a needle.
Yeah, because it costs 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. I'm a fan of that. Anything else here from Dylan? I don't think so.
Well, he's got to name a card.
True. Hashtag true.
All right, Legacy Classic players, welcome to round 5. You have 50 minutes. Good luck. Please begin.
Verdant Catacombs nailed it.
Oh.
Get him.
Oh, that's sweet. Good for you.
I thought you would have been on board with that a lot sooner.
Yeah, there was the disconnect. There's the momentary disconnect in my hand.
Kind of. I want as much of that as we can.
So I think you still need to have an answer to the Dark Confidant to do this, because you know Abrams has. You need to actually cast the Sylvan Scrying.
There we go.
You can Sylvan Scrying for a black source of mana and still cast the Dark Confidant. So it depends how much hand really cares about the Dark Confidant. If he's got an answer to it, then great, name the Verdant Catacombs. If you can't handle the Dark Confidant, then in the long term you might be better served naming Thespian Sage and just cut that off.
Love getting Orborg. Makes Verdant Catacombs a real card again.
Oh, yeah. Savvy.
Cory Abrams gets it.
Yep. So now you can cast your Dark Confidant. Your Verdant Catacombs makes mana. The trade-off here is that you've gotten Abrams to trade the Sylvan Scrying in, basically to make his hand functional, but I think a lot of this is just going to come down to, does hand have an answer to Dark Confidant? If so, I don't mind taking the Verdant Catacombs. If he doesn't, then I think he would have been better served just naming Thespian Stage.
Well, there's your answer.
Okay.
There is your answer. Thought Not Zero will show you a Rancor, which I have no idea what that's doing there.
So I think there's one Rancor in the deck. My assumption here is that you can put it on Merit Lage and overwhelm chump blockers in certain spots.
It needs that little extra oomph. Cory Abrams will draw. I kind of want him to draw like Thalia and put a Rancor on it.
Yeah, of course.
Because then that's game.
Yeah. So what do your deck do? Well, the primary plan is you go ahead and you make a Merit Lage as fast as possible. The backup plan is you put Rancor on a series of embarrassing creatures like Thalia, maybe even Elvish Spirit Guide. So we'll see if we're on the A plan, but I suspect we're on
the F plan.
The F plan.
That's the F plan.
Yeah. The G plan. A grade below.
Here's Thespian stage. All right. Now we're working.
Yeah, Abrams is totally working here. Now it comes down to first of all, can Abrams find the last piece of the puzzle here, Dark Depths, and then if hand has something like Caracas, that's probably going to be too much for Abrams to overcome given the amount of pressure he's under. But he's drawing very live here on the surface.
So time for another Spyglass, maybe?
Really opening on tapping the Ancient Tomb. There we go.
It's aggressive. It's a little, it's a touch aggressive, yeah. Unless you're going to use it all. That is a Ratchet Bomb. This is a Thorn of Amethyst. All right, so a artifact strategy.
So the Ratchet Bomb isn't worth a whole lot here unless hand has a Wasteland to pair with blowing up the Pithy Needle.
Correct. Thorn of Amethyst is going to make things a little bit more expensive. There's a Verdant Catacombs.
This has been a befuddling set of games.
Some of my favorites.
Yeah.
When stuff like this happens, it's a real delight. What do we have here? Hex Mage.
You put Rancor on that.
Now we're talking. Now we're we think about that, Thought Not Seer.
Yeah. We call that moat. That's the backup plan.
I would not block, by the way. It will not go well.
So you could bomb away the Rancor?
Yeah, it would not go well. I would not block. Oh boy.
Well, just, you know. But if you, then you lose the Hex Mage also,
yeah, you
right?
Get it.
You lose everything.
You get it now.
I was going to say, if you trade your Ratchet Bomb off and get to keep the Hex Mage, maybe that's fine, but
there's a Eldrazi Mimic. Dylan's not sure which way he wants to tap his things. I don't know if you've noticed this during the game.
Right.
The lands have been they get tapped a lot of different ways. What do we have here now? Oh yeah, yes.
Bang.
Yes. It's time to turn this game around.
Working him down.
This is the G plan you said?
The G plan.
Yeah. See what the follow-up is.
G stands for got to find a Dark Depths. Because this is not going to be good enough.
This ain't it. This ain't it. Ancient Tomb the draw. I'm going to play that immediately. See you later, City of Traders.
Your City of Traders.
That's not alive anymore.
Yep.
Okay.
Well.
6 mana is Endbringer. That's Reality Smasher. I'm going to copy that.
Yeah, so this is lethal.
It's a lot of damage, yeah. It's a lot of damage. I don't know what that card is in
pedal.
hand. That doesn't do anything. We're dead. We're dead. Dylan's going to win this match here over Cory Abrams. 2-1. Colorless Eldrazi beats Turbo Depths, which means that Dylan Hand, who I believe, I want to make sure, he's one of our 2 Colorless Eldrazi players here in day number 2. He's 11-2 and very much in top 8 contention.